Our world feels like it's specifically designed to hijack our attention, right? Well, what if I told you there's an ancient operating manual for the human mind that's more relevant than ever? Today, we're going to decode the Shurangama Sutra. And look, this isn't some dusty old relic. We're treating this as a practical, no nonsense guide for finding some real stability in the absolute chaos of our modern digital lives. Okay, let's get one thing straight right from the jump. This is not about seeing cosmic lights or, leveling up some kind of spiritual ego. The text is absolutely ruthless on this point. The real goal, the real prize, is something so much more practical. It's about getting to a place where your mind isn't constantly being yanked around by every single notification, every little worry, every fleeting emotion. What we're talking about here is building genuine internal freedom, not just collecting cool stories to tell your friends. So here's the plan for today. First, we're going to talk about what this practice is not. Then, we'll get into 3 modern preparations you need to make. After that, we'll dive into the core practice of listening, cover a really crucial safety valve, and finally, we'll look at what real progress actually looks like. All right, first up, what this practice is not. We're talking about calibrating your core motivation. Now, you might be wondering, why start here? Well, it's because the text is crystal clear on this. If your why is off, every single how that comes after is just going to lead you down the wrong path. Seriously, this is the most common and the most dangerous first mistake people make. So here's the first real gut check question you have to ask yourself. Are you doing this to achieve something? To get some kind of spiritual gold star? Because if that's the real drive deep down, the text is super blunt about it. The trap is already set. That need to get somewhere or attain a special state, that's just your ego dressing up in a spiritual costume. And this whole manual, really, is about helping you see that costume and, well, take it off for good. Okay, so once we've got our motivation straight, we can move on to the actual groundwork. Think of it this way. You just can't grow a healthy plant in toxic soil, right? It's the same thing with your mind. Before we can even touch the formal technique, we have to build a stable foundation right in the middle of our actual, messy, everyday lives. So, preparation number 1 is what we're calling intention calibration. And look, this isn't some vague, fluffy wish. It's a really practical checklist. You have to ask yourself honestly, is this practice making me less obsessed with me, myself, and I? Is it making me less judgmental of other people? And here's the real kicker, the real test. Is it making me more responsible and engaged with my actual life? Or am I just using it as a little spiritual hideout to escape? If you noticed you're becoming more isolated or feeling kind of superior, yeah, that's a huge red flag. Okay, preparation number 2, modern precepts. And I want you to forget the word morality for a second. Think of this purely as mental engineering. The goal is super simple. Stop creating mental static. That's it. Anything that makes your mind more cluttered and chaotic is a problem we need to fix. This means taking a hard, honest look at things like relationships that just drain you, getting sucked into pointless online arguments, and this is a bit one, that subtle self-deception we all do about how much progress we're really making. And third, and oh man, this one is absolutely crucial for all of us today, we have to simplify our input, our mental diet. The ancient text talks about avoiding 5 pungent spices that overstimulate the mind. Well, here are the modern versions. Endless information, super emotional content that's designed to make you angry or sad, constant social pings, intense entertainment, and of course, mindless scrolling. You know the drill. It makes it pretty much impossible for your mind to ever settle down. The test here is really simple. After you engage with one of these, is it harder to just be present and aware? If the answer is yes, that's your sign. It's time to cut back. So once we've laid that essential foundation, we can finally turn to the core technique. And it's a practice that's centered on the sense of hearing. It sounds deceptively simple, but trust me, it's incredibly profound. All right, here's how it works, broken down into 3 simple steps. First, find a place with some kind of natural ambient sound. Seriously, the hum of your AC, traffic outside, the wind, it's all perfect. Step 2, just let the sound be there. Don't try to suppress it, don't chase it, don't even analyze it. Just allow it to happen. Now, for step 3. This is the key move. You're going to reverse your attention. Instead of your focus going out towards what is being heard, you gently turn it inward to the simple awareness that there is hearing. The best way I can describe it is, it's like you're watching a movie, and for a split second, you stop focusing on the story and just become aware of the screen itself. Okay, pay close attention to this, because this is absolutely key. This shows you the difference between real progress and a very dangerous detour. The right direction, well, it feels surprisingly normal. unremarkable even. Your mind just gets a little quieter, a little more stable. You feel clear, but you don't feel special. The danger signs? They're all about the ego. It's that little voice in your head that starts whispering, wow, I'm really getting somewhere, or hey, I'm probably more advanced than other people. As soon as you hear that voice pop up, that's your cue. It's time to gently, without judgment, just return to the simple, basic practice of listening. All right, next up, a crucial safety valve. Because any powerful system needs a safety mechanism, right? And this one is designed to protect you from the sneakiest trap of them all, your own ego's deep, deep desire to feel special. Now, this is really fascinating. The original text goes on and on about these 50 skandamaras, basically 50 different kinds of subtle delusions you can fall into. But this quote right here, it distills all of that ancient wisdom into one single modern rule you can actually use. Think of it as the master key. Anytime you have an experience, no matter how blissful or profound it feels, and it makes you think, whoa, I'm different now, that is a potential trap. It's something to be watched with caution, not an achievement to hang on your wall. So what's the correct response when one of these special experiences pops up? It's a simple protocol. First, see it. Acknowledge it's happening. Don't deny it. But then, and this is the important part, don't analyze it. Don't claim it as yours. And for the love of everything, do not start building a new, profound identity around it. The text has a brilliant way of putting this. The goal isn't to upgrade to a better mental operating system. The goal is to uninstall the old one completely. So after all this work, what does real progress actually look like? What are the signs? Well, as you've probably figured out by now, it's not going to be flashy. There are no fireworks. It's subtle, it's profound, and it's woven right into the fabric of your everyday life. Here are the kind of results you'll actually start to see. You get a frustrating email, and it just doesn't ruin your entire day anymore. You bounce back faster. Emotions like anger or sadness, they'll still show up, of course, you're human, but they feel less sticky. They pass through you more quickly. You'll probably find yourself in fewer arguments because that deep-seated need to prove you're right just kind of fades away. And maybe the biggest sign of all, you become way less interested in the question, am I doing this right? The practice just starts to become a natural part of your awareness. And that brings us to the ultimate self-check, the final question. And you got to be brutally honest with yourself here. Is your practice making you more willing to face reality, more grounded and capable in the actual messiness of your life? Or are you maybe hiding in a nice spiritual feeling, using it as a bunker to avoid what you really need to face? Because genuine practice, and I mean this, always makes you more engaged with reality, not less. And that really leaves us with this final and I think most crucial thought. The whole point of this isn't to get a new identity. It's not to trade in your old self for a new shiny one called spiritual practitioner. The real freedom this manual points to is freedom from being bound by any identity at all. It's when the whole idea of practice just dissolves back into your life and you're left simply being more present, more awake to reality as it is. That's when you know you're truly on the right track.